Hello and welcome to this very first stream after it has become a members only channel. Last week, I made an announcement that we will now allow only members to view my videos, and I explained the reason for that. It has been a week now, and only 6 people have joined. And I know for a fact that it's going to take a long time for people to join. I will give them at least 3 months to join because they are still deciding whether to join or not. There is a bit of confusion as well, which I will try and clarify. This morning, I received a phone call from Canada, and they said that a couple of people have an issue with me not clarifying as to why do I need money when I have the funder who is backing my campaign, the American funder. For your information, the American funder's funds have now been exhausted. And I did mention this last week that we now do not have any funds to fight the legal battle. The American funders' funds were to support me for support my living expenses and the campaign's expenses, which I spent out of that. Okay, and that has now been exhausted. So that is the reason why we are looking for funding. I hope that is clarified. Another thing, I was talking to somebody in Atlanta yesterday, and they said that a lot of people are watching my videos, but midway through watching my series, the channel closed, and it became members only. So they were concerned. They were saying that, look, I was learning so much from this channel, and all of a sudden, Salim should close it for the public and make it members only. Now I'm not going to. I'm going to be basically not learn about Aga Khani system. And the way I responded to that, which I am putting it on public platform today, is that when you want to learn, you go to a school, correct? The school or the university has its own expenses to run the place, and hence they charge you a fee. What is so different about my channel? I have expenses too to make you aware, to educate you. I have to pay expenses, I have to pay wages, I have to look after my own living expenses. I have to pay the bills. So, isn't it only fair that I should charge you a minimal fee? Yeah. So, I hope that clarifies that issue. Then I had one more uh, complaint from somebody in London. And they said, if Aga Khan is taking money and now Salim is taking money, so what's the difference? It is very surprising that this question should be raised. But I will clarify that issue. And it's a very important issue. Why does Salim take money when he is not happy with Aga Khan taking money. So basically, my fundraising is being compared with Aga Khan's fundraising. I suggest it is a very unfair comparison. It is just like comparing a grape with a watermelon. The purpose of Aga Khan taking money is to spend on luxuries. The purpose for which I am requesting money is to fight a legal battle against a giant. Another thing that I feel is not, the comparison is not fair, is that the amount of money that I'm asking is different, very different to what Aga Khan is asking. Aga Khan has a list of items which attract money. I only have one. I produced, if you remember, during one of my series, I gave you a donation menu. It was a long list of how you can give money to Aga Khan. 12.5% dason. There are 13, 15 majlis of which you need to become a member, membership fees. Then you have to pay for all the rituals. Then you have to pay for the Nandi, for the Awal Sufro, for the Niyaz, for the Dua Karavi, for Mahadan, Chata, different types of Chata, Memani, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Would you compare that to what I'm asking for? Would you? I'm asking for $5 a month to fight a legal battle. And the one of the most compelling reasons why I'm justified in requesting the funding is I am open and I am transparent compared to Aga Khan. I am credible. Aga Khan is not. I hope this has clarified certain issues regarding the complaint. Now, let's move on to the main topic of this stream. But before I do that, let me actually, I just remembered, I think I should put this on the episode, that I am now beginning to get phone calls from the Jamati members in Sydney, my own city, and Melbourne as well. And they said to me, or this person who spoke to me yesterday, he said to me that he knows people in Sydney Jamaat Khana who have stopped paying the dasant. And he quoted four people. He didn't name them, and I'm glad he didn't. And he named himself. I know him, um, but he said that I know four people who are who have stopped paying the sons. So this is very encouraging news that even in remote places like Sydney, in comparison to the world, uh, people are stopping to pay the son in Sydney. Imagine how many people have stopped paying the Dasond and other money to Aga Khan. And it is no wonder that Aga Khani system is trying to get me to stop my campaign. All right. Another thing that I want to talk about today is that from here on, we will, every week, we will talk about human empowerment. Just like I was talking about Aga Khan and Aga Khani system for last 2 years, now the focus will be to empower people in the system, people who are stuck or imprisoned mentally in the system. My focus will be to help them free themselves from the prison. So, I will be talking about that empowerment. How do you do that? Free yourself without harming yourself in any way. So, there will be different topics every week in relation to empowering you to free yourself from the clutches of this abuser, this parasite called Aga Khan. So, another thing that we will be doing obviously is we will not we will still talk about different topics about Aga Khan and the Aga Khani system, topics that we may not have touched upon in the past. So we will continue to do that. Another thing that we will be doing, which is going to be the main focus of the campaign itself, is the legal campaign. So I will be updating you every week on the progress of the legal campaign. Apart from that, we will also, as usual, take your questions. Now, I do understand that today there is nobody watching me on the live stream because only 6 people have joined the membership and they have decided not to join today's meeting. But I'm pretty sure from next week onwards, we will have. It's too early for people to sign up, but I'm pretty sure from next week onwards, people will start to appear on the live stream. Now, when they do, unfortunately, they will not be able to make comments on the comments section like they used to do in the past. From here on, they will have to join the stream and talk to me live. Yeah, they don't have to identify themselves in any way. They can join me as they can switch off the camera so I can't see who they are, and they can use the voice mode to hide their voice, and they can use a fictitious name if they should wish. Just a reminder, anybody that needs help with voice mode, they should contact us. And my details are on this slide here. So, Zahid, can you please display that slide where we have my contact? Zahid, the I just noticed contact spelling is wrong. So, could you please fix that? Thanks. Okay, so that is my contact, and it will be displayed every week. So you can contact me. You can contact Zahid to allow you to to come live on the screen and talk to me anonymously if you wish. Starting this week, let's briefly talk about uh, the importance of empowerment to my campaign. How important it is, not only to my campaign, but how important it is for people to have this knowledge so that they can remove themselves, free themselves from the clutches of this despot. Now, The main concern, as we may have spoken about in the past, why people are not able to leave the system. There are a couple of reasons which I'd like to recap today. And from next week onwards, we will try and understand each aspect of each concern, and we will see if we can resolve that concern and and become empowered. Yeah, there are many reasons. Many people say to me, young people, let's start with them. Young people, 20 to 30, 35, they say to me that look, they have left the system. They know. Some of them said to me that even before I started my campaign 2 years ago, they knew. They knew in the childhood that there is something wrong here, and they had nothing to do with Aga Khan and his system. In fact, one of them used the word disgusting. He said, the system and the people and Aga Khan are disgusting. And we know why it is disgusting. It's basically about looting the poor for the luxuries of one man. That's the main reason why. And another thing, maybe why they're saying it is disgusting, is because educated people are supporting this system. That is disgusting. Okay. And even more disgusting than that is that they don't want to front up. They don't want to answer for their actions, which is encouraging this man to loot the poor. Anyway, so that's what the young people are telling me, that they have left the system, but they don't want to basically fight against anybody. Okay, they will not pay the dasond, they will not make anything. And to me, this group of people, even if they don't fight, is good enough, because this group, young people, are the future of, they are the tomorrow, and tomorrow there will be nobody to follow Aga Khan. Once people my age group and, and older will pass away, these people will remain and they will not support Aga Khan's luxuries. So that is good enough, but I honestly hope, and I will try my best to convince the young people that you should not look at it from that angle. Of course, it is good that you are not paying. Of course, it is good that you understand that this is a scam. But as a human being, you have a responsibility towards those poor people who cannot bring food home, but they have to basically pay Aga Khan. I'm pretty sure some of you will have that soft corner for the poor people. If not, the most of you will have that soft corner. So that is basically my humble request to the young people to pay attention to the campaign and support the campaign as much as they can. But if they can't, that's okay. That's okay. You have stopped paying money. That is also good for me. So let's move on to the next category. The next category are the middle-aged people. Now, in this middle-aged people, there are different types of murids, as we have already spoken about. Now, what they are saying to me is that I must belong. That is a key word. They're saying to me, I have to belong. Although I understand that it is a fraudulent system, it's a Aga Khan scam. He knows, they know that. So the younger people know, the middle-aged people know it is a scam. That is, most of them know. There is a massive population which is still refusing to understand that this is a scam. But a majority of the middle-aged people, they know for a fact, particularly in the Western world. Now they're saying they have to belong. Why? Because by belonging, they can basically enjoy a good social life, which they have become used to. By belonging, they can even sh- become even share business relationships with each other, again particularly in the Western world, in America. By belonging, they can enter into matrimonial relationships with each other. By belonging, they can have somebody to take them and bury them in the ground when they die. That's what belonging means to all these people. And one thing that is missing from that list is they want to belong to all these things. But where is belonging to the conscience, the divine gift? Ignoring the divine and going for all these things. We will be talking about that in detail. Each aspect of each concern we will cover in over next year or so. And in doing this, I will use a few stories, some real, some fictitious, to deliver a message about empowerment. Apart from that, um, we will talk about this call that I got from Gilgit yesterday. This man told me that situation in Pakistan is getting from bad to worse. People who have money, even for them, things are becoming difficult in Pakistan, but at least they can survive. At least they can put the food on the table, but the poor people are hardly able to put the food on their table. This is the report, first hand report from Gilgit yesterday. And many of these people are the murids of Aga Khan. So I asked him that in these difficult times, is the Aga Khani system helping people in any way? Like, for example, the groceries. They say to me, the wheat flour, once upon a time, it was 50 rupees a kilo. Now it is 250 rupees a kilo. Now, just imagine that is the basic food. How do you afford 250 rupees when your income, your monthly income is hardly a few $1,000s a month, where you have to educate your children, where you have to look after the needs of the family? How do you do it? So I asked him, in these difficult times, is the humanitarian Aga Khan, the spiritual Aga Khan, is he helping in any way? And they said no. So then I asked another question. I said, have they made any announcements that they should not pay money in the Jamaat Khana whilst the difficult situation is going on. They said, no, you still have to pay the money. Even in these difficult times, the poor has to pay the rich. And I think this is disgusting. Even in these difficult times, the poor has to pay the rich. Yes, this is the phone call I got from Gilkit yesterday. This is what is going on in the third world countries. I'm addressing my brothers and sisters in Western world. Please pay attention to this. Please help me. I have come this far. Please help. I appeal to you. I'm pretty sure many will, and they have in the past, and they will help again. I'm positively sure. Okay. And lastly, before I go, the legal update. Uh, in Vancouver, we have hired a lawyer and he is preparing the case. There are many aspects to the case. I cannot give you the details of what we are going to sue Aga Khan and his system. For obvious reasons, I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that we are not only targeting Aga Khan, we are targeting the entity and behind which he hides, and that is Acadian and the Muki Sahib. So he hides, he puts the gun on the shoulder of Muki Sahib and he fires. So, so in the crossfire, it is a Muki Sahib and the council people who have done the wrong thing by the law are going to be targeted. So, to summarize, Aga Khan personally is going to be held liable for the breach of taxation laws. What particular part, we will not talk about that. The anti money laundering laws in the Jamaat Khana by Muki Sahib and his accomplices in the Jamaat Khana. And there are a few other things that we are basically going to work on, and we will keep you up to date. Uh, we are working also with the Taxpayers Association in America, in UK, and in Canada. So these are some of the things that we are working on. As I say every week, legal procedure doesn't happen in a day. It sometimes takes months, it sometimes takes years before we can come to any concrete conclusion. So that is all for me today. It's exactly half an hour since I've been talking, and obviously there is no questions today. So I will take your leave. I'm hoping to have some audience next week. And until then, look after yourself. See you then. Bye bye.